2. I'm running the camera. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. What? Yeah. Sorry now. In 1, 2, 3. Shut.
Hi guys, it's Ghosty speaking and we are live at the Natural Graffiti and today's all about painting, graffiti and creators. Yeah.
In 1, 2, 3.
Hi guys, it's Ghosty speaking and today we are live at the Natural Graffiti. Today's all about graffiti, painting and creators. And today we have our lovely guest, one of the artists of our amazing art piece. I mean guys, the artwork is literally amazing, it's immaculate, it's out of this world. Can you please tell us about yourself, who you are, and what inspired you to start painting?
That's a very good introduction. The art that you've been doing is quite exciting today. Doing graffiti art, and I'm one of the first known graffiti artists in South Africa, Cape Town. My real name is Nadir, but through graffiti and the hip hop culture became popular in the state. So that's what my graffiti name is, and I've been doing it since. As you can see, I'm not young. I've been doing it for quite a while. I've been doing it since the mid-80s. So from 4 to 5, I don't know when were you born? So yeah, I've been doing it for quite some time. And back then, we didn't even know what we were doing. Because when you were a teenager and a youth, coming from South Africa, what did we have to do back in the days? We were looking at the apartheid regime. But in the 80s, that time, 84, it was like the breakdown of that system. And when we reached high school, that was that's when we started taking the streets and boycotting and started burning tires and everything. But at the same time, my friend had a video machine. So we recorded all these music videos and we just latched onto it. It was cool stuff. We were dancing, doing art, and doing like creative things that you think you're doing in your family because it's just the same doing anything. So we picked up on this and we started taking it to push that water. And we didn't even know what to do until overseas together. So and I'm known as the godfather of graffiti from way back in the day, from the early 80s, let's call it from 1984, 85, when hip hop culture was in its peak on the international stage, and then coming from like a poor kind of fresh new ghetto in Mitchell's Plain, we picked up this hip hop culture, through visiting my friend who had a video machine, and he recorded all these cool, music videos that we would come to, literally dissect, because whatever they were doing on there, we'd interpret that, and it seemed to be what was happening, worldwide. This was the culture that people picked up here, and we somehow picked up on that, in the midst of all of what we were going through as South Africans. At that time, if you understand how history, we were in apartheid times, and that was really the end of it. I still remember, by the time we got to high school, and we were also just getting into the hip hop culture, starting to break dance and starting to emulate and copy what the movies and the music videos showed us. And then we literally took it to the next step. And then my mother was into jazz, and then she became our manager. And then she started taking us to clubs, and we started performing. And we really embodied the whole hip hop culture, like the dance, the graffiti, the DJing, the whole thing. But you learn that, as a youth, you pick it up as you go. I think in the beginning you're really very excited and energetic. So your first impulse is to, you know, see the dance move, to see what's in front of you. Okay, that's very good, so you try and copy that. Yeah. And then for me, my father was an artist, so, and then when I saw in the music videos, you see, oh, someone's doing pss, 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 pss. And then you pick that up because I was always drawing and doing my thing. And then we had nothing better to do because we were in a brand new ghetto, so either you become a burden to society or, you know, you become a nerd or whatever the case may be. But somehow we found this thing, you know, the rewind button on the video machine. Just rewind and move again, rewind and move, and then so you pick up things and you want to be the main guy in the movie, you know, the superstar in the movie, and all of that. It's all edits, man. So you don't really understand the whole fullness of it. Then you go out to the field and you go practice and figure it, and then you figure it out for yourself. And that's how we took this culture and the dark culture and made it our own. And here we are today in the future, freaking the funk, man. You know, that's what it is. So people thought it was just a fad back in the day. But now we come to understand that it's the actual thing that humans crave, you know. It's that coordination and that balance and that focus, and it brings with it communities and people together on a positive level.
Yeah. Besides the positives of what you've experienced through graffiti or painting, what are the complications that you've went through, or your challenges that you have faced with painting and graffiti?
I took the fact that, you know, when you're the first one to do it, and when you're living in a place where people don't really see or understand what it is you face, like a lot of challenges. But if you put in front of, let's say, the camera on another level, yeah, you know, you can do this thing as a hobby, or you can turn it into a profession, or you know, whatever it is that you want to be. Some people have it, and some people work hard to get it. This is like the whole challenge. What's the whole challenge? If you don't practice, you're never going to get anywhere. It'll just be, oh wait, I don't talent, you know. So you gotta really hone your skill, and this is what hip hop teaches us. There's one thing for the public, and there's one thing for the backbone. So amongst the artists, there's so much creativity, you know, with style and techniques and flavors. Because I mean, you've seen the culture and everything outside there, whether it's on your small screen or your big screen on YouTube or wherever, you know, it's always hip hop culture, it's always graffiti in the background. So we really, you know, I say graffiti artists are the pioneers. It's like you go to the moon and you see, Khocha was here, you see, so, you know, you thought you were there first, but my mates were there, so, you know, it's like, you know, the human spirit, you know, on a creative tip, and hip hop is really the essence of that, in a nutshell.
Yeah. Your name is very unique. Can you please tell us more about your name? What's the background of your name?
See, when we started out, we watched this music video, and then you become a breakdancer, and then you say, okay, I can do the popping moves, so I became Kid Pop. Even we had it embroidered on our tracksuits. You know, we had tracksuits made by Johnson before that. We performed for Spring Queen and all of this. But at the same time, when you reach high school, you're like a khuni or whatever, you know, and they're like, okay, let's pick on these guys. So I became Goliath Khocha, which, like in a direct translation in English Afrikaans, it's like David and Goliath. So I was like Biggie Smalls, if you want to think of it like that, but not Biggie like that, more tall and just like chilling in my own vibe and doing, you know, my art. Yeah. So, and at the same time, we were becoming famous because we were dancing. We were always dancing. We were always practicing it. We were sequences. Whether it be in school, out of school, even when it was curfew, the Casper would come there and shoot you with rubber bullets and shit like that. Yeah. And then we'd be like, no, we're break dancers. Look there, the man is spinning. You see, we're not here for Amandla. But I mean, at the same time, we were there for that because we were practicing freedom on another level, while my brothers and sisters were out there burning tires and you know, shouting freedom chants and, trying to break down the system on their level. We were doing it on another level in the clubs, where all the youth from all the neighborhoods would come together on a level with the same type of mentality and be coordinated and battle on another level. So it will create more creativity, instead of violence. So you just flip the script. That is what it is about, yeah. What Biggie Small says, take a negative and turn it into a positive, so that's what it is.
That's amazing. Can you please tell us about how your artwork makes you feel when you pick up your pen or when you spray your art? Tell us more about how it makes you feel, like on a deeper level.
Well, it's quite deep, yeah. The deeper you go, the more you come to figure out yourself really. But I suppose in the beginning, just to be creative and have an outlet, that's the main thing. Because you absorb everything around you and you eat it and you're going to kind of regurgitate it like a cow and make creativity out of it. So yeah, there's days when you're excited, there's days when you're not. But I mean, if you keep on going, like I say, if you got natural talent, big up to you, But at the same time, there's so much talent out there, there's so much style. Everybody's fucking creative and everybody's an artist. So what makes you the guy or the girl or the alphabet mafia, whatever it is? But I mean, it's all about learning your basics, your technique, getting your style. And once you get your styles, you become confident in that, and then you can play with other styles. But the main thing is become confident in your own style. It's easy to copy and paste. I like that. You absorb it and you can take that and create your own style. That is what will you'll stand aside with your peers and say, okay, that style, I can play with that style. It's like a freestyle kind of thing. Because, people with like-minded vibes always, gravitate towards whatever it is that we gravitate towards, the pink and the walls and, that kind of creative freedom, which you don't get. You've got to take that freedom. Because freedom is, what is freedom? I used to say freedom is death. Because here, you got to slave away at becoming the master. No matter what, that's what it is. It's this kind of life we're living, so you got to come up with style, technique, flavors. Otherwise, go chill at home and swipe left.
Can you please tell us about what inspired your painting today? If you had to describe it in one word, what would you describe it as?
2 words. This conversation. Just be one.
Thank you so much.
Sorry. Mic check. Good. Okay. In 1. Okay. In 1, 2, 3. Shot.
Hi guys, this is Graffiti and we are live at the National Domestic. Today is all about black creativity and artwork in general. And just a lot of
she's not just 1, 2, 3. She's not just 1, 2, 3 go. Rapper.
Forward.
Yeah, 1.
Also have a business. Anyway, we can get to that.
We're going to do that, yeah. Just I've got amazing person here in the building. 1, 2, 3, boom.
Hi guys, this is Graffiti and we are live at the National Domestic. Today is all about creatives and art. We have our lovely guest here.
I mean, come on, what the fuck? Stop here. Stop everybody there. Stand there. 2, 3, action.
Hi guys, this is Graffiti and we are live at the National Domestic. Today is all about painting, graffiti and artwork. And today we have a lovely guest, our own artist, poet, a whole lot of things. Can you please tell us about yourself and who you are, what you do?
Hi guys, my name is Sizwe Bar again. An artist, rapper, poet. I also own a business, Bard's Live Music Events, where you can catch all of what I've just talked about. And yeah, in essence, that's what I do.
Oh, okay. I see you emphasizing a bard. Can you please tell us about the background of that name? Can you please tell us about that name?
the synonym of it is a poet. So I'm trying to emphasize on that being a spoken word poetry person. So even in our live music events, we try and also bring that out as our MC is also a poet, so we try and compass that. Yeah.
What made you start poetry? What was your inspiration?
Damn, that's gotta be deep. I have to say. Because when I started writing poetry, I was quite young, 10 years, 11 years. Thinking to yourself, what were you writing at that age? What were you making sense? But I have to say, it was a very deep and dark time in my life. I don't know, let me say, it's fine. I was sexually molested by my mom. So it was kind of like an outlet for me to write about my feelings at that age in time, because I couldn't say that to anyone around me. So, yeah, that's how it all started. And then, through love and seeing people, and then you plagiarize, you take Shakespeare's poem, and then you put your words here and there. You're like, this is mine. Exactly. So, yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah, I see you.
All in 1, 2, 3, shut.
How did poetry help you with your background? How did it help you forget about whatever has happened to you?
It helped me voice myself up compared to, go to another person to talk. Because in order for you to kind of let go of things, you have to voice it out and write it down. You know how people usually say it's cathartic to write something down and burn it and forget about it. It's not truly forgetting, but it's letting it go. So it helped me in that sense that whenever I write something, in a way I'm letting it go and peacefully understanding another person and myself.
Okay, yeah, that's a very empathetic time. Can you please tell us how they can help themselves or make themselves feel better or if they go through certain type of situations such as child abuse or anything that will cause them a certain
So I'll pinpoint the fact that I'm not, because that's where I'm trying to get my words in. So even if you're not talented in terms of poetry, in terms of storytelling or what, it's cathartic, isn't just to write about a story in your life. If you're feeling like I can't talk about this, write it down. You never know how you feel after writing it down. It's like why people always do journalism. Journal all their life. Day one, this is what I did today. You don't have to do it like that, but that's just an example of how you can do your life in terms of trying to better yourself emotionally if you are unable to get through therapy. As we all know, it's kind of an expensive lifestyle. Yeah.
If you had to describe yourself in one word, like everything all together and describe it in one word, what would it be?
It would have to be like 2 words, kind of smashed in one. Builder and builder. And why? I love building. Like with just the buds and it's itself, I'm building something. Or rather, I say we are building something because we are working as a team. I am the founder, of course, but I have an entire team of like 11 people. So we know what we want to do and what our vision, might I say, is to kind of uplift local artists and give them opportunities. Just to kind of, if there's an artist out there that says, I haven't performed anywhere, I want to be out there, but I have no influence, hit us up. Give us your story and we'll give you the platform to do it.
Tell us more about this interesting business of yours. It sounds so interesting. Tell us more.
We actually just had our, let me say, first event. It's the second, but the first one was kind of like a launch party. So I want to say this one was our first event. Flirt and Flow, we had it at Great Mall Art Studio. And it was all about Valentine's, of course, because of the month. But we had an artist from Kailicha, we had an artist from Bukit, we had an artist from Langa. But we had a variety of, as I've just tried to say, we're trying to give opportunity to new artists in some pointed out places that, excuse me, we've had artists coming before. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on this show. We would love to have you again. You are such an inspiration to our young youth and everything. Like, you are such an inspiration. I'm so inspired. Yeah, and yeah,
It's good to hear it.
yeah.
It's very good to hear it. Sometimes you do something and you feel like you're just doing it, there's nothing motivating you, and then you kind of slack here and there. So it's good to hear motivational, words that give you a sense of do more, do better. You're doing great, continue. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And the musical side.
Oh my goodness!
One,
It's fine, it's fine. We can
one,
cut.
2, 3. One,
I
two,
just talked
three.
about the business.
Yes, what about the musical side? Who is she?
I'm forgetting
the
myself.
rapper, singing, forget yourself. In one,
She just mentioned the poet part.
exactly.
Yeah.
In 1, 2, 3, action.
So you are such an all-rounder. You work with poets, you work with a whole lot of things. You're a businesswoman. Like, tell us more about your musical side. We wanna know more about, why you like and what you like. Like, are you a rapper? Are you a singer? What do you actually specialize in?
So I rap. Rap was just, it bloomed out of poetry, of course. So once someone said to me, why don't you rap? Your poetry sounds like you're rapping as you are reciting, so why don't you just rap? I'm like, "Ah, okay, let me just try it." And so that's when I wrote my first song, Black, which is kind of a banger. If you go through my socials, you'll see people love the song, So I just now released my EP and level released it on the 11th of this month on my father's birthday. It's such a good feeling to have done that. Yes.
Tell us more about your EP. What inspired you? I know you say in honor of your father. So tell us more about that EP. We want to know more in detail.
So that's a very good one. So in detail, the EP's got 6 songs, right? I want to give you all the songs. I don't know if I should explain each and every song, but just 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But the thing is, every little song is kind of like a story of my life, hence the Unraveled part, Unraveled Volume 2. So Unraveled Volume 1 is my poetry book, which I haven't yet released. It's in the archives. But hey, I'll give you Unraveled Volume 2, it's fine. The first song in the EP is called Honest Lies, and it's all about, being truthful unknowingly, so that you actually kind of lie to yourself. You're thinking you're telling the truth, You could be saying, I want to be a better person, or I am a better person, and you believe that you're a better person, but you're not. Or you're not a good person, just generally so in that sense. So I'm just kind of explaining it in that sense. But it's bigger than that, Honest Lies. So the first line of the song, an empty closet on my chest, weight of my deeds can carry me to the crest.
That's crazy.
Less for truth from my mama's breast, expressed from birth, my dad knew the power that would heal the nation. So he ordained. So yeah, that's what the EP is all about, honestly. Just those first few lines should tell me. Second song, third actually, is Speak My Mind, which the first one is, the first line is poetry, standing up to womanhood. So it goes like, I'm taking a walk through purgatory. The only history I want to hear is her story. So many advocates but never taking her story. They say her story is Eve's story and we need to suck it up and story deep. So that he didn't hesitate to take a bite. And so after a billion years, we're still praying, we're still praying.
That's really emotional to go through because I know a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know if you have seen all of the harassment or abuse that we have. I all of that. That's so sad. I spoke to this other lady, I don't know, but it's so sad how women go through certain things and are not able to talk about it. So I feel like that's a very deep song. I would literally relate to it. A lot of women can relate to it, over
check this.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, in 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yes.
Can you pick me up as well?
Yeah, good. 1,
Alright.
in 1, 2, 3.
What's up guys, it's the Inferno 101 reality show and we are live at the Natural Basic. This is an amazing evening full of passionate people, creative people, and right here on my left we have one of the organizer of this live graffiti show. Can you please start by introducing yourself and telling us who you are and how you came about yourself?
Almost, you see what's happening here. I'm getting hypnotized by all these lights. But anyway, let me wake up. Hi. Yes, I go by the name of Oka. Oka from Orchestrators. Yeah, shout out to my man, shout out to my nigga out there. So Tyler is my other nigga from Orchestrators, but otherwise, let me give you the perception, or should I say, really what the Seredo Saga Safo, why Oka, why I'm Oka. It's very simple actually. It's deep because Oka swim like weirdly in the ocean and they're running packs, but yeah, I'm Oka because of who I roll with. I roll with my ancestors, I roll with my expressionism, I roll with everything creative, everything natural, maybe some call it super. Yeah. And yeah, weirdly so today is my mother's birthday, by the way, and I'm not with her. She's turning 70. Shout out mama, I love you very much. Yeah, so my name Oka comes from me being an African black person, being produced from Tekknotes forces, dark matter, the unseen, the voice behind the creator sun waves, the sun waves and all that. I wanna go all super Saiyan on esoteric stuff. But yeah, blackness being everywhere, part of light, part of every color, part of everything. So that's me, essentially as my origin. Then, an Oka is black and white. So the white part comes from me speaking English, also having me sucking from the milk which is white, which also represents polarity of organic light and then atomic light coming together, converging as one, as a 3D encapsulated being, spiritual expression, physical form with love. But yeah, everything consumes, everything releases, everything loves, everything does. So yeah, the event, right? The event as it's me and my brother Bugzi. Who is Bugzi? Yeah, somewhere. Bugzi is around here. Jims is my fellow beloved brother. We from JSEC, but some of us are from like head office, in the Cap City. Yeah, Renaba Pitori, Revetamenge, La Rite. Yeah, Revetamenge, La Rataka, Sariberi, Baffulin, Stofo, Rapi, La Reja. Yeah. And then shout out to everybody else that's pushing arts and expression in the world, not just this hemisphere. Yeah, I'll stop there for now because I'm not sure where the question was directed towards.
The question is more of who you are and what we came from and what inspired you as an organizer.
Okay, what inspired me to hook this up is the fact that weirdly so I've always wanted to be a graffiti artist, right? I've tried it, but I've never given myself to practice it, which actually hindered or rendered me disabled in that department, which is not a bad thing. I guess I psychologically or maybe spiritually decided not to put actions into manifesting it and therefore created lack of the expression to come into physical reality. No, don't put that on tape because I don't want those idiots to come and ask me questions. They know themselves. Yeah. Yeah, graffiti is something else. Like for me, it's like people painting with their lungs. You know, a spray can represents oxygen or compression, exhaling, it's expression. It's literally like psst. So to the shitty so-called graffiti artists, I believe they're not painting from the lungs, they were painting from back then. Yeah, yeah. No, come through, pass through. Yeah, the taxi driver there just came through on the set, you know. You got many different styles of people. Yeah, so graffiti artists that truly express themselves with talent, with love, which I call natural hieroglyphics. Spontaneous hieroglyphics. The true expression of writing before somebody teaches you how to express yourself on a public space or any platform so people can learn from what you put down. I believe the word hieroglyphs was actually derogatorily oppressed through calling it graffiti instead of formalizing it in academic field, calling it graffiti or replacing it with hieroglyphics, you know. So hieroglyphics are exactly what graffiti is. Pyramids, those are graffiti. That's graffiti right there, that's hieroglyphs. It's not cave drawings. You know, in Africa, when they discover paintings not when they discover, it's not even they discover, it's more like when something comes into light for a certain person exploring a specific visual, they will call it cave paintings. So basically it's like having, if I had a canvas inside a cave, somebody would call it a cave drawing, but if you had a canvas in a room, they would call it a gallery. You know, it's got a weird context to it, but I'm not gonna go deep into that. But that's exactly how I want to put it and teach the public artists to understand how art works. And I love those who have taught the other perspective of what hieroglyphs or graffiti means through their institutions, but it's not out of disrespect. It's from, I'm telling you all that you are not understanding what you are teaching the young ones because you like the technology and advancements we have right now. We're in the supreme stages of expression, which don't need you to oppress because we are doing, we're the first generation to not go to war because we love each other. That's the other part. So yes, we are not at war, we are expressing love, we are expressing healing, we are expressing progression, we are expressing also communication, you know. So please, I speak with the conviction that I would love everybody to expand themselves to become better creators than destroyers. And if you need to destroy life, that was to not allow love to exist, or else keep boundaries. If hate wants to hate itself, let it express itself at a different boundary. And if love wants to express itself, let it express express itself in a different way. But if they knew to converge and become one, let things be transparent so it's easier for everybody to coexist. You know, like when you watch anime movies, what do they call that cartoon? Where that guy sits on the toilet and then he blows. Come in, yeah, and he takes out some blue shit. That shit, you know, that, yeah. I mean, he's expressing himself when he meets an enemy. Come here, they fight, they do whatever they want to do. It gets sorted there, but they both follow principles that they will not harm the innocent or the unskilled, etc. So I believe the new advancement should be going towards that route. No? Yeah, we need that. We need that. I mean, we are a very obedient generation. It's not because we're passive or anything like that, or we're inactive or stupid or not capable. It's just a matter of trying to push love, and that's what we need. We try to heal everybody else that came before us as a generation. You know? So yeah, man. The event is meant on imploding, exploding, and incubating what people need to express on this planet. You know, South African order of aesthetic minds. That's who I present to you to become part of through Christ Combat Bangers and through Naturalistic as a powerhouse assisting patients to heal. You know? Yeah, that's where it's from. So too many concepts. I'm not gonna mention people trying to go out of space while we're already in the space. You know, got surfaces, and whether I'm in a rocket ship, I'll still need a surface. I don't need to float. If I wanna float, I can go in water. Make home anywhere you need to. You know what I believe is the least explored physical element. Currently, it's not the seas, it's not space, it's not the land, it's actually ourselves as people. You know, we need men, women, children. No, men and women, parents and children to heal in the next 3 years. 3 years. Actually, here's a challenge. 3 years of healing challenge from whatever it is. Don't heal somebody outside and heal somebody inside. Only 2 people every 6 months for the next 3 years. Let's see what happens. No? That's my challenge to you all. Otherwise, don't shit your brains.
In the midst of your explanation, I saw you dropped little bars and all that. Is there something we need to know as an audience? Are you a poet? Are you a rapper? What do you specialize in the music industry?
No, I live as God, you know, or BOY, or God, being the G standing for the gold that runs in the brain. The brain is like organic gold, and then the O being part of the ozone layer or oxygenated people, you know, and then the D having a dualistic approach, which has been destroyer and doer, you know. So in that regard, yeah, I have to live like that, because in this age where there's too much branding of what to do and it's what to do so that you don't express yourself. That's the only problem I have with it. But maybe it's in my country. I don't know. Maybe other people have a different experience. But I would love to see people elevating. I would like to see myself elevating. And I'm not trying to stay off your point. It's just that I'm being holistic in my approach. I would like us to become the whole planet to become, like in biology they say, when they call a creation of man and woman or the babies, that man and woman come together, one egg is there, then two eggs is this side, two eggs that side, and then this egg releases beings, it goes to the other side, and then basically the land in that planet, which now becomes whatever. So for me, I would love for us to notice that the so-called vortex of out of space came from when our parents or grandparents shot us out from an out-of-body experience into another bodily experience to bring back into a new body experience that we could all circulate as a family. I'm just trying to say, in other words, that as much as there is opposing forces in this, there's also squads in English data. What's the opposite of opposing forces? Somebody with good English here. Yeah, man, man. Damn it. Yeah, I regular within something, Yeah. Anyway, re mo ditlhareng, re mo leratong, re mo lefatsheng. A re berekisaneng pila, a re dirisaneng sentle. Shout out to everyone watching this to actually emancipate the message for what it means, not for how they can profit from it, or don't try to profit from this. Use this to amplify love in your household, at least, so that it's easier for when your kids or my kids or your future kids or those who decide not to have kids, at least you're able to give something positive to the world. So we have a better understanding on how to enhance ourselves. Yeah, we've got stagnant technology and time on this. We need to be better. That's all. It's my crux of actually also creating this. With James, who's also a very brilliant mom that's also been my anchor, that I'm also anchor. Yeah.
So about the event, do you think the event came out the way you planned for it to come out?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. We're here. If I didn't pitch, if he didn't pitch, if nobody pitched, then it would have been a problem. But we pitched. The show goes on. One thing you must know in this life, right? I'm sure you not, yeah, Mzanzi, guys. Mzanzi, the cradle of the universe. Wimpumalanga, where the sun rose, where the sun was birthed, where the first human steps of Nephilim giants, etc., where the portal through the doorway that underpasses. No, let me not say things that might render me to what? I don't have a boat, but if you buy me a boat, I'll show you the place. Yes, yeah. Then I can discover a new land, somewhere there, like west, coordinate something, without GPS though, using brooms. Yeah.
Thank you for having. I'm so glad for having you on the show, and I'd love for you to come on again and tell us more about what you know about art and your experiences with advertising or organizing art events. And yeah, I am so grateful for having you here. Thank you so much.
You forgot one thing here. What do I also do as an artist, right? Right. So yeah, I'm a multi-dimensional artist. I also do vids, photography, sculptures, painting. I ran out of the patience to actually practice it to perfection. But yeah, right here, this piece right here is called The Table of God. That's one of my pieces right here. The Souls of the Castle of Good Hope, which unfortunately our gallery closed down with the indigenous people on the 25th of this month, a few days ago. Actually, sad story, but yeah, we got out the pentagram, I guess, because positive energy for now is not so viable because of whatever reasons, hopefully, but let more positive new energy go in there. Yeah, yeah, so I'm a sculpturist as well. So my specific skill is to create frames for three-dimensional objects. You know, hence that's why you see the skull there. It's giving life to things that didn't manage to live on further, so that they can experience new life, but also remind us of why here. So it's an archive. It's meant for everybody that understands what royalty is. Royalty is honor. It's giving life. It's also letting nature prosper than letting nature basically guide us. I guess that's why natural mystics say mysteriously, mystically, physically. Yeah, let's call us as guys, I know we need actually I think we should start talking like babies, by the way. I think that's the shortest language. Imagine I was about go and then you understood what I just said. Instead of going, what does that mean? Oh, asking the cameraman like you know, and then he goes, yeah, it's the shit from as a touchline. You know? Instead of pronouncing words, we just will express. That would be dope. Nah? We should cancel all languages, yeah. That's the new world order. Yeah, we cancel all languages. Yeah. And I'm not president. Somebody will take my line and will be president. Then you, the establishment, go for that one. Me, I'm just giving ideas, by the way, for an advertisement for your brands, not so that you have a problem with me. Cause yes, peace.
Thank you.